Hey, you know the drill, my friends. We got just over 4 minutes. Excuse me to for me to finish my notes here, my mental thoughts, for you to get some protein in you, get your protein drink, get some coffee, get some tea, get some water. Please don't have a soda this early. Hey, get something to eat on, get something to snack on, prepare to take notes, keep getting ready for work, or get ready to do your jam. We're gonna talk. You and I are gonna hang out, have some fun here in about 4 minutes. I'll see you then. Welcome, my friends. Happy Monday morning. Oh my goodness. Hopefully, you have some coffee in front of you, some tea in front of you, something in front of you to lift you up, some caffeine, some just something. Hopefully, not cocaine, hopefully, not marijuana. This early, that would kind of, I mean, that would be, I guess that would be one thing you could do It wouldn't be the best thing you could do, but hey, it could be one thing that you could do. Thank you for tuning in. 9 o'clock, Monday, August 5th, 9 a.m. U.S. Central, technically 9:06. Mmm. A nice cup of cream and sugar with some coffee sprinkled in. That's what I have in front of me today. Hey, real quick, I am Patrick Almond from Stop Doing Nothing Media, and we go live 3 days a week to talk about business, talk about life, to talk about whatever is on your mind. If you are watching live, say hello, drop a comment, text in. Let us know, let us know what's going on in your day. Did you have a good week? Did you have a good weekend? Let's talk about that because I know I'll be talking about mine. And I've got a series. I'm not going to say a whole series of business topics, but I've got a list of things I want to talk to you about when it comes to business, specifically for those of you that are just getting started in the coaching slash consulting slash agency world. Okay, that's going to be my focus today on business. But before we get to that, we've got personal stuff to cover. Okay, going to talk about, I don't know. I'm not going to say I don't know. I know exactly what I'm going to talk about. It's just I'm in a good mood. I really am in a good mood. Had a good weekend, had a good fitness weekend, which is very important to me that you know. Did go out and do my morning walk. I'm still doing that 7 days a week. And I would encourage you to do that also. If you've ever noticed the live stream, I'm always trying to improve something on every single one. So the graphics may look a little bit different. The camera may look a little bit different. I'm doing, small progressive upgrades on the live stream. So let me know if the sound quality is okay. Let me know if the video quality is okay. And also make sure, if you could double check for me, make sure we're streaming live on, thank you, the thumbs up. Whoever gave me the thumbs up, let me know that it's working good. Cool. I appreciate that. And as of last week, also, I figured out how to go live on LinkedIn. So if you're more of a LinkedIn fan, hey, knock yourself out there. The Instagram one, I'm still trying to figure out. Instagram is very special. Instagram is Facebook's special little child. And haven't quite got that one down on lock yet, but I'll get it there. I really will get it there. If you're curious, we go live 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. U.S. Central. It's pretty cool that I blocked this time off, and now I can adjust everything else in my life around going live, all the agency work and clients and stuff like that. It's really, really good. I really do like that. And if you are watching, also tell me your location live. I know I've got people internationally watching. I've heard that before, so that's kind of cool. And let's talk about every when I'm out on my morning walk prepping for this show, I kind of think about something smart I want to share from somebody else first, and then I think about maybe a list of things I could cover based on something that happened the previous day or the previous week or a topic that I've been getting a lot of questions about. And just so you know, I'm not the kind of person that says, people always ask me, yada, 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 unless it's actually happened. Unless it's actually happened. So the business list I have to talk to you today about really, really happened, okay? So many marketers, marketers ruin everything. If you work in marketing, you know this, head to toe. We just ruin everything. And I look at all those things that marketers ruin, and I try not to buy into those. I really don't. I mean, do I? Yeah, sometimes I do. But one of them is, hey, people always ask me. People DM me 100 times a week. Patrick, what kind of cologne do you wear? No one in my life has ever asked me what kind of cologne that I wear. Okay, that's some bullshit right there. The one this morning. Well, first thing I want to cover this morning is, I woke up in a good mood, and I was out walking, and then something happened which put me in an even better mood. And it's about this lady named Tina. So if you've met me in real life, kudos to you. Kudos to you. If you haven't, you need to someday. But just to give you an idea, I'm 6'2". I am currently 260 odd pounds, so I'm not a small guy. And I've got some muscle on me. I lift the weights, I throw some iron around. And so if I'm walking down the street and you see me, I might be the kind of person that if I'm walking down the street by myself and you're walking down the street by yourself, you might kind of veer the other direction. I would not consider that the least bit racist or sexist at all. It's just if you're walking down the street alone and by yourself and you see something like me coming the other way, it is human nature, it is self-preservation to, hey, kind of go the other way. So I don't ever really get concerned when I see it. As a matter of fact, I go out of my way that when I see somebody else coming towards me, I will give them plenty of space. That's always just a good idea. I have no idea if 2'6" person's going to stab me. I really don't know that. Tasty coffee. We're going to talk about that. So I was heading back from my walk this morning. And as I got back into my neighborhood, there was a lady, a shorter lady, which is not really hard when you're 6'2", coming the same way. She was coming this way down the street. I was coming this way. And we were both on the side of the street. So I did what I do is I gave her some space and I went to the other side of the street so she could continue her walk over here to my left and I can go on the right. No problem. Okay. Happens, 3 to 4 times every time I'm out on my walk. No big deal. And I'll do it even for someone who's just, my same height, weight, color, whatever. I just give people their space. And so as I'm approaching this lady, we'll do the typical, good morning, how you doing? Fine, yada, yada, yada. Very casual stuff. It's maybe 2 seconds worth of conversation. This lady, this was brave, okay? First of all, it's just getting over being dark when I'm coming back, okay? So it's not fully dark, but it's not fully light either. So, add that factor into the whole safety factor and self-preservation factor. So this lady, her name was Tina, she crosses the street to come after me, and I thought she was just going to say hi, like she was a neighbor of mine, and she was going to say, "Oh, hey, hi, Patrick, I've seen you in the Facebook group. I see you down the street. I thought I'd come over and say hi." No, she walks up to me and she gives me a business card for her church, and that doesn't bother me. I don't have an opinion either way, but it was the way she did it, which was really cool. Her name was Tina, was really cool, and she says, "Hey, I thought I would just invite you to my church. It's just right up the street. You should come by and visit us sometime." And she started to walk away. And that was it. There was no high pressure presentation. There was no gospel. There was no preaching. There was no telling me about my sins or things that I should and shouldn't do. And these are all my encounters I've had with people like this in the past who cold, approach me when they want me to, come to their church. It's usually a very high pressure situation. If all of us have had people knocking on our doors, Jehovah's Witnesses and things like that, yelling at us and preaching door to door. It just happens. It doesn't happen so much in 2024, but it used to, it used to happen a lot more when I was younger. This lady said, here's her card, by the way, if you're curious. If you go to the same church as her, tell her I said hi. It's right down the street here in Oklahoma City. It's Reflection Church. But yeah, she just came up and said, "Hey, I just thought I'd invite you to my church. We're right down the street. We have sermons these days and these days and these days." And she started to walk away. And I was just like, that is how you get someone into your church. And not just your church. If you want to see whether or not somebody's interested in something, whether it's church, whether it's your network marketing business, whether it's me and like my casual marketing business, it's my casual marketing business, my digital agency marketing business there. That's all you got to do sometimes when it comes to marketing is just give somebody a very soft pitch. This is me. This is what I do. Have a good day. Here's a card. So that means she walks around the neighborhood on her morning walk with these cars. And when she sees random people, even people like, and by the way, just to give you an idea of the comparison, she was 5 foot and change, a smaller stature. So, typical stuff, big giant black guy, small white lady across the street. Okay, I'm used to those people avoiding me. Just walks up and gives me that. And I thought that was brave, number one. But number two, just to present it so simply. I'm 50 years and change, and I've never been approached by somebody to attend their church or come listen to their gospel so pleasantly and so nicely. And that, I would never put down anybody for going out on the street and doing gospel. But there's just something about it. It impressed me. It left an impression on me. That's all I could think about. I think I had another point, just under a mile to go on my walk. It was probably 0.5. I keep very good track of where my markers are when it comes to my walk. And it was probably just under 0.5 left of my, that's all I could think about. 0.5, right now when I walk, I'm doing like 17, 18 minute miles. So 0.5 miles would have been another, 7? How, 0.5? Oh, 10 minutes, probably another 10 minutes. For 10 minutes, I could do nothing but think of Tina and her church here in Oklahoma City. So Tina, if you're watching, very impressive, and I hope you get a lot of people to your church. I can't commit to whether I will attend or not, but she and I, so she did it so well that I actually engaged her in conversation and asked her some questions about it. When she said just up the street, I'm like, right up here. She goes, oh, by the Burger King. And I'm like, oh, by the fire station. She goes, yeah, yeah. And then to tell you the truth, I'm not even sure she gave me her name in the beginning. Um, as she was walking away, I said, by the way, I'm Patrick. I live over here in this housing addition. And she goes, oh, Tina, I live over there too. So I'm sorry. It was just on my mind. I thought I would share that to you. If you're somebody who wants to go out there and spread the gospel or even spread your business, keep it simple. Do not bum rush people. People are getting hammered by marketing all the time. Religious marketing, political marketing, business marketing. Keep it simple. Okay, Tina, my friend, Tina from Reflection Church in Oklahoma City. Sundays at 10 a.m., Wednesdays at 7 p.m. You done good, lady. You did a great job today, okay? Well done. Okay. I want to give Tina some love there and just talk to you a little bit about that. Because again, it took up 10 minutes of my mind as I was walking back. My jaw, which is kind of on the ground there. Um, so when I was thinking this morning about, let me see where we're going here. When I was thinking this morning about what I wanted to share with you when it came knowledge-wise, the James Allen book, As a Man Thinketh, came to mind. And I heard Tony Robbins say this years ago. Pull this quote from this book, and it triggered me to actually go out and buy the book. And I went to look for the book in my stuff for you today to actually show it to you. But I've got some books in boxes, and it's a very thin book, about that thin and about that big, and it's probably one of the better books in my collection. It's a good book where I can just open it up and read a chapter every now and then, and get some knowledge and get some centering back in my life. And here's the quote that I heard Tony Robbins say once that caused me to buy the book. So this is from As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. And this is basically about mindset. By the right choice and true application of thought, man ascends to the divine perfection. By the abuse and wrong application of thought, he descends below the level of the beast. Between these two extremes, are all the grades of character, and man is the maker and master. I'm going to read it again, but really quickly. What this is talking about, I believe, is the amount of control we have over our lives and our thoughts. Okay, that's what I believe this is talking about. The book is not a book of scriptures or anything like that, but it reads like that, but in a very non-religious way, and that's why if this sounds like a Bible passage, that's why. I'm gonna read this again, but think about this when it comes to your mindset this week. Okay, let me read it again. Okay, by the right choice and true application of thought, man ascends to the divine perfection. By the abuse and wrong application of thought, he descends below the level of the beast. Between these two extremes are all the grades of character, and man is their maker and master. So if you're looking for a good, quick read book that will transform your mindset a little bit, go out and get this, As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. If you have this book or if you've read it, please leave me a comment below and let me know if you've got a favorite quote out of that book. Or even what I really want you to do, though, is first of all, obviously comment and let me know where you're watching from. But also, if there's a book you have read recently, and I really kind of focus on the self-improvement books, the business books, things like that. You can't see my book collection back here. I have a mediocre book collection. There's some right back there, and there's some in boxes over here. And I tend to pick up a book, and every now and then I'll read one all the way through. But I tend to do like chapters every now and then because I get good stuff out of chapters. If there's a book you've read recently on business, or self-improvement or motivation, let me know. I'll be willing to go out and buy the darn book or get it in soft copy these days. I'm getting very anti-paper these days. I'll go out and get the soft copy and it'll make me even smarter. And then I'll pull the quote and I'll quote you on it. If you have a book, let me know also. You may be wondering, if you're a regular watcher of the show, you may be wondering why there's coffee in front of me when I said I quit coffee. Real quick, a health update, and then we're going to get into the business topics for those of you that want to watch on business. If you, the beginning of last week, if you notice, the beginning of last week, I came in a little bit frustrated because I weigh myself every Sunday, and last Sunday I did not lose weight. I gained a little bit of weight. And so I'm taking violent action in my life when it comes to my fitness and my food and my health in general. And one of the things I changed beginning of last week is I said I was going to totally cut out coffee. I didn't. I snuck some in on Tuesday, I think, and I snuck some in on Friday. Even with that, I still managed to lose weight on Sunday's weigh-in. So if you're kind of curious, if you want to be very interested in what's going on with Patrick's life and Patrick's health, or if you're just curious about numbers, and I do this because I'm really wanting to obviously push you to take care of yourself, but I want you to see that progress is painfully slow. So it looks like I peaked out at 269.8. It looks like 5 weeks ago, and that's one of the things that really frustrated me is I got get back up to that 270 range, which I do not want to do. And then from 269.8, I've been on a steady decline to the week before last. I was at 257.8, and then last Sunday I went up to 260.6, and this Sunday I weighed in at 254.6. What is it with me and the 0.8s and 0.6? Anyways, I doubt it was the coffee that obviously helped me lose weight or lack of coffee, but I think what it is just a combination of cleaner eating and the whole getting rid of coffee thing was an experiment to see what happens if I just keep my liver a little bit cleaner. Okay, that obviously a lot of our organs are responsible for filtering out things in our bloodstream, and when Patrick has 2 or 3 cups of coffee a day, that probably screws with some of that digestive process. And so this week my goal is to again maybe have 2 or 3 cups of coffee the whole week, not every day like I used to. And so I felt like my one of the cups my daughter gave me, you can have results or excuses, and can't have both, from Coffee and Motivation. These guys make some killer coffee cups right here. I thought it'd be a good day for a coffee. Okay, let's see what else do we have going on. We talked about Tina. My week so far has been pretty good. Let's talk business. So Saturday or Sunday, and if you're a friend of mine from the agency world or coaching world, or the high level world, you'll be very familiar with this because I posted this video in that group. I got some questions from people that were wondering how to just start a brand new agency. And then at the same time, it was kind of funny. I got a DM from a gentleman who was in the same boat. He's like, Patrick, I love the content you put out. You put out really good training. I'm in the high level world, agency world like you are, but I have no clue as to where to start. And so this is the case. Once, and what he wanted is he wanted to pick my brain. Patrick, can I get on Zoom with Pick Your Brain? I very, very, very rarely do free Pick Your Brain sessions. Okay, you can, I'm a capitalist. You can pay for my consulting time, or if there's another way we're going to eventually work together, like referral business, I will get on Zoom with you. Or obviously, if you become one of my coaching clients or one of my agency clients, I'll get on Zoom with you. But I got to get rid of this. Hey, I decided a while back, no more of these free, hey, let's meet for coffee so I can pick your brain, or let's get on Zoom for 15 minutes. It's only 15 minutes. I really push back on that these days, and he was very understanding about it. Kudos to you, sir. He was very understanding about it. But what happened is I saw a question in the Facebook group for the high level Facebook group about the same time it was DMing me. So that's 2 people. So in this case, when I say people were asking me, I'm referring to 2 people, and I'm like, okay, you know what? This is time for a video. So this topic here is going to be, what happens when you are just starting a coaching / consulting / agency business. And I lump those in together because they're kind of a gray area, like a Venn diagram where they cross there, and a lot of the concepts are the same when you start these off. And once the gentleman DM'd me, and I'm like, okay, 2 people have asked me, time for a video. Because then what I can do is I can actually give him more than 15 minutes in a video, but I can also use the content and share it with other people and repurpose the content. So here are my tips for you. It looks like I got out to about a number 8 tips here for those of you that are starting like a brand new coaching business, a brand new consulting business, or a brand new agency business. Okay, you may be on a W-2 salary someplace, you may work for somebody else, but if you want to get your own jam going on, this is how you do it. Okay, here we go. Number 1, I said, write down a list of what you know that other people desperately want to know. Use this to build your value stack. Okay, if you are over the age of, I'm going to just pick something random. Let's say 20, 21, 22, 25. if you have any experience in the marketplace, um, in the field of your expertise, then you have something that somebody else wants to know. And the people that want to know it are, number one, the people that are coming behind you, whose whose shoulders you're going to lift them on your shoulders, or number two, people switching careers. So if you're 25 and a lawyer, people who are 30, 35, 40, 45 who want to get into law want to know what you know, okay? It has value. It's not just people younger than you. It's people pivoting. It's people who may want to get into what you're doing part time. It's just anybody else. There are people out there in the market who want to know what you know. I gave a speech once at a Toastmasters event many years ago. Something about how to, I can't remember what the exact topic was, but there were 40 people in the room. I had a very packed room. I don't say this to be braggadocious. I can't remember what the topic was because I wish I could, because it was like literally standing room only. I kid you not. And I recorded it. It's actually on YouTube someplace. And one of the topics I cover about is there's 40 people, 40 or 50 people in the room. That's how many people were in the room. 40 or 50 people. And I said, there are 40 or 50 people with decades of experience in this room. At the same time, there are 40 or 50 people in this room who want to learn something in the market. So you've got 40 or 50 experienced people who have something to offer the market of value, and you've got 40 or 50 people who want to buy something in the market. That should tell you something right there about what your value is in the market. You may not, your immediate friends or the people around you may not want to buy what you're selling because they may be in the same industry as you. But there is somebody in the world who wants to know what you know. I know when I wake up every single day, if I get my shit together and I do my marketing right and I do my sales right, I can sell something, okay? There's obviously constraints of time and space or whatever, but I know that I know a lot. And I see it every single time, I get a DM from somebody and they say, hey, Patrick, I want to work with you. How can I pay you money? Just give me this. Have you ever gotten that where you've put out enough content or someone's known you long enough that they just want your time? If it hasn't happened, keep up your business. It will happen at some point in time. So my whole point was, even if you don't have faith that you have something to sell, I promise you do have something to sell. And so my first step here means write down a list of what you know, okay, that somebody else would want to buy. And at the same time, try to put a value to it. And this is how I do it. Okay. I'll give you an example of mine. I know how to, personally, I know how to build websites. I know how to do marketing automation. I know how to do ads. I know how to do a bunch of stuff around digital marketing that I know a lot of people in business have no clue how to do, and it even scares them, okay? So I can probably write down 10 or 15 things right now that are of value in the market that people want to know. And then what I can do is I can assign value to those things, building up what's called a value stack. So have you ever seen something on TV or something on a sales page that says, hey, you get this and it's worth this, and you get this and it's worth this, and you get this, it's worth this, you get this and it's worth this, and the total at the bottom is $70 million. Patrick knows all this stuff, and if you were to buy all this stuff from Patrick, normally it would be $70 million. But cross out that $70 million and you can buy it today for $497. That's called a value stack right there. And the goal of that is to show people that, again, your brain, your experience in this world has value. And you know what? Does it sound very capitalistic? It 100% is. I'm not embarrassed or ashamed by that. I live in a capitalist world. A capitalist world has served me very well, and love the consistency. Hey, Hope, I don't think I've ever seen you on the show before. Thank you very much for that comment. I appreciate that. Let's get you on the screen there. Hope Christian Lavinia. Oh, Lavinia. What a beautiful name to roll off the tongue. Lavinia. Let me know where you're watching from, Hope. So I appreciate that comment. But that's called, what I was getting back to is that's called a value stack. And a value stack is just to show, again, your value. And this is something you're going to use in your marketing. You're going to basically stack up and show what your time would be worth if somebody just, normally bought this off the shelf. And again, you get down to the bottom, you've seen it before, 70 million is obviously an exaggeration, but hey, Patrick's knowledge in this area is $70 million. But you can buy it today for $9.97 or $4.97. Okay, that's called a value stack. So work on that first of all. Work on your value stack. So when you're talking to people, and you're possibly afraid of asking a price, because that's what happens when a lot of us get into business, is we're afraid to tell somebody our price. Okay, been here, done this. Okay, I know this firsthand. I've been 100% afraid on this. Okay, I've been afraid to sell somebody. It's $1,000, or it's $3,000, or it's $5,000. But once you see on paper your value stack, saying that number becomes a lot easier. Okay, rolling that off your tongue becomes a lot easier, because you know that if you're charging somebody $9.97 and off the shelf, your time in this topic is worth $5,000. It's a no brainer. And psychologically, if you're doing your sales and marketing right, and I'm not the best person to talk to about sales and marketing, well, sales at least. It makes it very easy for somebody else to see, oh, it's worth working with you. So I beat on that enough. Value stack. Work on your value stack. Okay. So actually, value stack was number 2. So number 1 was write this down. Number 2 is build the value stack from it. Um, 3 seems goodness gracious, let me get this off the screen here for a second, Lavinia. There we go, got it. What seems like a decent price to charge for it? Maybe starting off, if you're just someone who's starting off, you might aim for something sub 1,000, but do not shoot too low. Okay, again, I'm a capitalist. I like money. I like seeing people get money. I like getting money for my time or money for my knowledge. Okay. um um find maybe something just under 1,000 or just under $500. We all know people like the 96s, 97s, and 98s and 99s when it comes to prices. Just a psychological thing from what I heard. Not only that psychological, it's been tested. So you will probably sell more at 498 than you will at 500, or 497 that you will at 500. So my prices tend to be end in 97. That's just a choice right there. Come up with a price. And also, so I'm kind of moving through these. So that was number 3. Number 4 is focus on that one price for a while. Okay, meaning you're going to be tempted, because you've seen other people do this, and these other people weren't perfect. You've seen other people do this. You're going to be tempted to have multiple prices. Okay, you're going to be let's see, what is it? Tempted. You're going to see somebody else. You're going to be tempted to say, oh, well, I've got this price, and I've got this price. I've got this very basic price. I've got the VIP price, and I've got the super VIP price. Okay, please don't do that. Come up with one price. Okay, meaning that come up with one price and keep your pricing simple. That was my whole goal when I was thinking this mindset right here. So I got distracted for a second. Keep your pricing simple to start off with. That does not mean that you may not expand this later, but I would encourage you to keep everything simple in your business. Simple pricing, simple offerings, things like that. And I think this more and more the older I get. And I see people around me that I respect doing the same thing, keeping it simple. Here's my one thing, or here's my one or two thing. Here's my, later on, here's my regular price, and here's my big price. Okay. If you want to work with me in a group environment, it's $997 or $997 a month, and my bigger price is $15,000. Okay, whatever your pricing is, but keep it really simple, and be careful about when you get in talks with someone and they go like, well, will you take yada yada yada? No, you don't play those games. Okay. Again, been here and done that. And I've conceded. I have to admit, in the past, I've conceded. I've quoted people prices, and they're like, "Well, would you do yada yada yada?" And for whatever reason, I was weak in the moment, and I said, "Sure, sure. I'll take that. I'll take that money." And I regret it now, but it's a mistake learned, and a mistake hopefully that you will not make. I've made mistakes in my life, plenty of them. Nose is itchy. I've made plenty of mistakes in my life, so you don't have to, kids. Mm, coffee's getting low, and coffee is getting cold. Never a good thing. So you're going to come up with one price, build a simple 3-step funnel to sell this. If you're somebody who has no marketing assets like landing pages, websites, or whatever, I'm going to do a blatant plug for myself right here and say, reach out to me. I've got a system for you to help you sell stuff like this. Okay, I'm not going to beat you over the head with it, but I want you to build a simple 3-step funnel and use whatever tool you want. We have a whole set of tools that we use with people to build stuff like this. Okay, and if you know me, you know what it is. You know what the Playmakers platform is. Okay, but again, don't overcomplicate your funnel. Put out a simple one-page sales page with a video on it. I always encourage you to use video. It doesn't have to be your face on video, but it does have to be some kind of presentation of this information I'm talking about. Your value stack, talking to people who are looking for what you're selling, okay? And I could probably do a whole video on a whole show on number 5 here, but a simple three-step funnel. First step is your video with some basic information, and then maybe underneath it is, yes, I want to proceed. And the second step is the application, okay? And the third step is confirmation, okay? And again, it's over simple. It's simplified. You're used to, in the marketplace, you're used to seeing a lot of long form sales pages with testimonials and all this stuff. Testimonials are always good, by the way. My nose is itchy. I don't know why. But again, we're keeping it simple to start off with. Marketing is never done, okay? Marketing is putting something out there, testing it, seeing how it works, and iterating it and improving it, okay? So you're going to get out video, button to proceed to the next step. Next step is the application. Next step after that is confirmation. And then someone's going to be able to book some time on your calendar, okay? If it's sub 1,000, by the way, I would test even making the second step, allowing them to purchase in the second step, okay? Anything sub 1,000, in my opinion, in general, maybe, the other people have other opinions. I think anything sub 1,000, if you're doing it right, should be able to be sold without talking to somebody, okay? Your time is valuable. What the heck is going on with my nose? Ugh. Trying not to pick my nose, but man, does it just itch when I talk? What the heck is going on with my nose? Anyways, simple 3-step funnel. Obviously, get them on your email list. It's going to be up to you whether or not you want to experiment with getting them on your calendar and talking to them. It may be good for experience. Maybe not. But I would encourage you to not, especially for the sub 1,000 stuff. Your video, your 10, 15 minute, 20-minute video should be good enough to sell them, and your value stack should be good enough to sell them on buying your topic if it's sub 1,000. Okay. Let's see, what do we else have here? Start putting out offers in the marketplace that are paying pleasure based. Okay, I want to stop for a second right here when it comes to putting things out in the marketplace. You have built a website, okay? And when you put a website out there, you're going to get, if this was 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, you would have automatically gotten traffic. There weren't that many websites on the internet, okay? You could have put out something on social media and gotten maybe, 40, 50, 60 hits to your website. Those days are long, long gone, my friends, okay? Think about how you can be more aggressive with your marketing, okay? And again, a fear is going to kick in here. Social media is a good place to market, but because you've got, your mom and your aunt and your brother or your sister or your best friend on your timeline, or your high school best friends on your timeline, or your college best friends, you're going to be afraid to put it out there. Maybe my friends won't like me. Maybe my friends will disown me if I market too much on Facebook. Facebook is for personal stuff. It's not for business stuff, okay? Get over that. That is mind trash, okay? If you're in business to sell something, and you can use any means necessary to sell that, okay? Putting it out on Facebook, emailing it out to friends. Got to have an email list, of course, right? Ads, okay? I could do a whole live stream on ads. You need to find a way to reach as many people as possible, because by the law of numbers, when you reach enough people, and if you have a decent offer stack, you are going to sell something, okay? And that's where you put it out there, you see how many you sell, and you iteratively improve it. But to do that, to hit the law of numbers, let's say you have a bizarre conversion rate, like, I don't know, let's say 1%, 5%. If you want to sell several of your packages, you've got to hit a lot of people to do that. And in 2024, one of the few ways to do that is ads, okay? So definitely look into these ad platforms. Goodness gracious. Can someone just cut my freaking nose off? Oh my goodness. Why does it do that? Um, so think about how you can reach as many people as possible. I like ads. I specifically like video ads because you on Google/YouTube and Instagram and Facebook, all that's Meta. Everything Facebook and Instagram is Meta. Um, you can reach thousands of people very cheaply. So if you have no idea what to do, throw $5 a day, throw $10 a day at an ad budget. And $10 a day seems scary because all of a sudden you're doing the math in your head. It's like $10 a day, Patrick. Shit, that's $300. That's $300 a month. I can't afford $300 a month. You know what? I don't know if you can afford $300 a month. What happens if you put $300 worth of ads out there and you sell one of your packages at $9.97? Would you do that? If you put $30 a day out there, again, had an expense of $300, which you can put on a credit card, so it's not like an immediate cash expense, but somebody pays you the $9.97, it goes through your merchant account, ends up in your bank, 3 or 4 days after they pay. So you're actually getting money before you actually have to deal with the expense. Would you do that? That's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer, okay? That's a no-brainer at $20 a day. At $20 a day, you're getting, what, $600 a month, and then you're getting $1,997. Again, you're putting your expenses on a credit card, and your money's coming, so your money is live. The expense is delayed. Goodness gracious, what a way to run a business. It's one of the reasons why I like the coaching, consulting, speaking business is your expenses can be delayed where your pleasure/your income is immediate, okay? But just find a way to reach as many people as possible. I'm a fan of ads, and specifically, I'm a fan of retargeting ads and video ads. And hit me up in DM if you want to know more information about these, obviously. Scale with ads. So I'm kind of blowing through these without giving you the numbers. Measure. Measure, how many impressions, how many times people are seeing your page, how many times they're clicking on things to go to the next step, and then how many applications or how many sales you're getting, obviously. And then my last step here is change something and go back to number 6. And number 6 was start putting offers out there. So number 6 is start putting offers out in the marketplace that are pain pleasure based, offer to shorten their life cycle of learning, and people that have money and value their time will gladly pay for this course. Okay, that's another way to look at your price is you are shortening the learning life cycle of somebody. Okay, these days you can go on YouTube, and I'm sure you've seen your friends say that you can go on YouTube and learn anything. You can go on YouTube and learn heart surgery. Okay, you can go on YouTube and probably learn brain surgery because people have put videos out there about that. So if that's the case, why don't you just crack open your own head and do your own brain surgery? Or even better, why don't you have a friend of yours watch a 5-minute YouTube video and then crack open your head and do brain surgery on you, okay? There's a reason for that, okay? You pay for expertise, you pay for smarts, and you pay for shortening your learning life cycle. So that's one of the reasons why your time and your knowledge has value out there, okay? Scale with ads, measure. You can use any kind of free measurement tool, but really it's just about looking at my page. How many hits did my page get? How many people paid me? That's the simplest measurement right there. You don't have to go in too deep into some of these metrics and measuring, and then again, change something and go back to number 6, what I have here. So once you've done all this, your marketing is a constant cycle of improving things, okay? This is how this entire thing right here, I have it here as 9 steps, 8 steps, and then repeat. This is how you get a very simple agency offer or coaching offer or consulting offer in the marketplace. It really is. It doesn't have to be any more complicated than this, okay? And I think that people that are coming into this, they're seeing people with giant, complicated funnels that may work for them, but you gotta remember these people have marketing teams. The Tony Robbins of the world and the Rudy Mauers of the world and the Grant Cardones of the world and the, oh goodness gracious, I can't even think of his name right now. Oh my goodness. Oh, Alex Hormozi. These people have marketing teams that can do this stuff, okay? You may be a one-man shop or a 5-man shop. You don't have a giant team yet. So once you get there and you have people you can hire that specialize in some of this stuff, you will be able to afford a more advanced marketing team. Or you can obviously hire an agency like us here at Stop Doing Nothing Media. You can hire us to do this for you, this whole thing for you. So first of all, if this makes sense, give me some kind of reaction or a comment here. Let me know that it makes sense. Or if you're doing this already, let me know. Also, if you're somebody who needs like this something done, blatant plug right here. Reach out to my office. DM me on social media. Email us, Patrick at stopdoingnothing.com. Get in touch with me and we can talk, or just text the office, 405 217 4752 and say, hey, Patrick, I need what you have to offer. How can I work with you? How can I get my funnel built ASAP? And I'll be very, I'll give you a quick quote on the packages we have, and we'll hook you up, okay? So we're slowly going to wrap up here. A couple of things on my list to talk to you about. One, I've still got a standing offer out there for you guys. I do get people that do like these. These are my Stop Doing Nothing bracelets, okay? And I made these up a while back for me to wear. So there's Stop Doing Nothing on one side, and then Done is Better Than Perfect on the other side right there, okay? And I've got hundreds of these. I order hundreds of these because they're cheap to order. I want to ship you these, okay? 10 of these for $10 plus shipping. So if you, the reason I don't sell my onesie twosies is because you're going to lose them, but also because these are just really great gifts. I give these out to kids in coffee shops. I give these out to people at the gym. I just hand these out like candy, but I want to ship 10 of them to you. So if you want 10 or 20 or 50, hook me up via text, 405-217-4752, and I'll get you the order form, and we'll get you set up, okay? Because I very much want you to have these. These are great to have around. I'm almost always wearing one, except for when I'm doing a live stream. I just take it off because it's on the test right here. Reminder, get this show on your calendar, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9 a.m. Central. And I'd like to remind you also, let's see what else. Oh, obviously, please do me a favor, subscribe on YouTube. And when you do watch, share. That's all I ask. Share, help me spread the word. And what I'm always interested in also is your topics. I work on an agenda for you for every show based on what I know and what I've heard people want to hear about. But I need those ideas from you. So feel free to message me, email me. You could even probably call me, text me, and let me know your idea, something you want me to cover, and I'll work up an agenda for it because I can promise you that other people want to know it also. Are we almost done with the coffee there? There we go, all done. Remember, as you go into this week, you can have results or excuses. You cannot have both, okay? You cannot have both. And that's what I want you to take away from the day. Again, it's the week of, August 5th. I'm looking forward to the week ahead. What do I have coming up this week ahead? Oh, I'm going to continue on with my new exercise regimen, which is high reps. That's something else I changed. I forgot to cover at the beginning of the show. I cut back on my coffee, and I went very much with a high rep exercise routine, meaning not every set, but every exercise I do these days when it comes to weight training is I make the weight. I'm not using really heavy weight right at the moment. I'm using mediocre weight, but I'm making sure I can do 100 sets with that weight. And so what I'm almost doing it now, as I'm turning these into more tone building exercises, which I've noticed is actually building size, but also making it more aerobic. Okay, I'm building up more endurance in my muscles, and I think I've seen a little bit of visual shape change. I don't know if you can see it or not. I'm not sure if the horizontal lines helps there, but I'm noticing some physical differences myself, which is why I was looking forward to weighing myself in Sunday. And sure enough, the numbers worked out very well. So that was very cool. Go forward, and the last thing I'm going to leave you with is beware of social media poisoning your brain. And I'm not referring to social media, the tool specifically. I'm referring to the people that you follow and what they share, okay? If you're in the US, and actually it's probably most countries these days, but specifically if you're in the US right now, we are getting incredibly hostile when it comes to politics on social media. And there are deep, dark corners of the internet that every now and then make it in the mainstream, which share some of the most outrageous, outlandish stuff to fight for their side. And that's what's considered a fight. Hey, you know what? I'm going to make up a fake meme showing Michelle Obama has a dick, okay? And that's how I'm going to fight in politics. This is why the Democrats shouldn't be in power, because Michelle Obama has a dick. And for the 8 years of the Obama presidency, there was a trans person in the White House. Are you kidding me with this crap? Okay? I don't care if you are a Democrat. I don't care if you're a Republican. That is some bullshit. And that is just one example of how in politics right now we are really, really poisoning each other. We're not fighting, oftentimes, we're not fighting for the things that matter: clean water, education, cheaper expenses, more income, better cost of living. Oftentimes, we're not fighting for those things. We're just getting out downright mean and evil. This is my little corner of the internet, and this is my way of sharing with you that, man, let's keep it topic based. Let's not go, what's logical fallacy? What's the logical fallacy about attacking someone personally? Ad hominem? Is that it? Yeah. Let's please lose the ad hominem attack. I love this website, ad hominem. Um, there's a website called Logical Fallacies. Okay. Don't fallacious. Okay. So that an ad hominem attack on each other means often nowadays this term refers to a rhetorical strategy where the speaker attacks the character, motive, or some other attribute of the person making an argument rather than attacking the substance of the argument itself. Okay. Be careful about us getting an ad hominem attack. So if you disagree with me online on something, I have no problem with that. Cool, no problem. But if you're like, figures somebody of your figures like somebody who smells like you would say something like that, or someone who looks like you would say like that, or someone who's your color would say something like that. That's considered an ad hominem attack, okay? So if we're talking about politics or, clean water, education, and you make fun of me personally, that's an ad hominem attack, okay? We have got to get away from those. Let's focus on the topics that matter to us. Let's try to do that and stay civil and nice to each other and not be such mean assholes to each other sometimes, okay? Let's please get focused better on that. Regardless of your party, that's how we get along, okay? I happen to be a registered Democrat. If you know anything about me, it's because I flipped a coin one day. It's not because I looked at the Democratic platform. It's not because I looked at the Republican platform. I literally flipped a coin when I was getting my driver's license once, 10, 20 years ago, and that's how I ended up as a Democrat. And I think I've switched parties a couple times, but I think right now I'm a registered Democrat. But if they let me, I would switch parties every month or two just to screw with my friends and to screw with the voting and screw with the phone calls I get. Okay, let's focus less on ad hominem attacks and more on making good arguments for the things that all of us want in this world, all of us want in this life. Okay, you are not, if you are of opposite ideology than me or opposite political party than me. Okay, you are not my enemy. Okay. You are just the opposition. And that is a direct quote from a web series, a series I like, West Wing. You are not my enemy. I don't want to kill you. You don't want to kill me. We just have different viewpoints sometimes on same topics. And you can have that inside your party. You can have a different viewpoint on a topic inside your party. Okay? It's just we humans sometimes want different things. So let's do less ad hominem attacks and more substance based attacks. Okay? Can I get it? Where's my little clapping noise? I'm gonna self clap, okay? Self clap for all of us, okay? Let me see. Let's see if I can find the right one. Where it is? Where's the clapping? There we go. Less ad hominem attacks, more just being nice to each other. As always, subscribe and share. Text me your good news, and I will see you Wednesday morning. Have a great, great week, my friend. Today is Monday, August 5th. We're heading into 10 o'clock Central. I've had a pleasure talking to you, and hopefully you've learned something from me. Leave a comment in the recording below, and let's have a good, good week. I will talk to you soon. Take care.